Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Academy. We are here with part 2 of our third session as our heroes are headed over to Austin, Texas to find out what the heck. Why is Austin still weird? So we'll get to that here in a bit. I am your host and DM, Riku, and I am here with 7 players. We will try to keep it short and sweet because we have some fun things to go through. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, who you are, where they can find you, and who you're playing. And we are going to get started with Echo.
Hi everyone, this is Echo. Yes, in this timeline, Ohio has become the actual place home of Cthulhu. I am playing Liz/Alex, our changeling bard. Liz is the pacifist, like Aang, but with the same role of no killing. And Alex is the random grumpy hobo murdering person. I pass it on.
And next up, we have Mikey.
The Godfather.
Oh, jeez. Y'all gotta stop giving me titles. Like, my ego does not need it anymore. But yes, hello everyone. This is Mikey. This is your CEO, Godfather, Mad Lad, whatever title you want to give me. But I am the creator and owner of D&D Vibe. You can follow me on my personal social medias at Pop Culture Geek. You can also collectively follow us here at D&D Vibe Tribe Production. Make sure to give us a like and follow to stay up to date on everything that is happening behind the scenes and all the 7 actual play podcasts, a couple of pop culture podcasts. We got something for everyone, so make sure you subscribe and join us for adventure. But I am in the player's seat this time, so yay for that. And I have the amazing privilege to play Ramon Oseguera, your Path of the Totem Barbarian, so I'm interested to see what kind of shenanigans we can get into in Texas.
All right, and next up we have Minnie.
What's up, guys? MiniMoss2218. You guys can check out the socials, same thing, even though I never post anywhere. But you guys can also check me out here on the Vibe Tribe on the opposite Tuesdays with Friday Night Fights. I'm part of that. But for this campaign, I'm playing the lovable, half-drunk, all-the-time Rashmi that everyone just learned apparently can cast spells. In the last session, we'll see how this thing in Texas go, which Rashmi is also has warrants for his arrest in.
Because of course he does. All right, next up is Sutphin.
Hey everybody, this is Sutphin, Cosmos Prefect on the social medias. I'm playing Edgar Wallace, a wizard in the School of Code. He's learning his place in this mixed up, crazy world. Give us a listen here. I'm also on the Hecna campaign, and hey, I'm excited to see, because who doesn't like exploring an abandoned library in Texas?
All right. And next up, we have Adolfo.
Saludos programas and guten Nacht. I am the Nerdy Puerto Rican. You can find me on the TikTok and the Instagrams at the Nerdy Puerto Rican. I also do have a little podcast by the name of the Nerdy Puerto Ricast, which you can hear wherever you can listen to podcasts, and also here on the D&D Vibe Tribe, which also on the D&D Vibe Tribe, I play in the Friday Night Fights game as the reigning IAW champion, Macho Mage Silbus Sparklezap. I also play in the Furasato game as Shodai Togetsukaze. In the really real world, though, I do perform at Renaissance fairs with the Lords of Adventure in our 2-man sword fighting comedy show that you would see in an outdoor festival show. I am Diego de la Fiesta. Our next show is going to be at the Tennessee Pirate Fest, May 21st, 22nd, 28th, 29th, and 30th. In Harriman, Tennessee, and then you can catch me at the New Jersey Ren Fair the first weekend in June.
Wonderful. And next up, we have Josh.
Hello, everyone. I'm Josh, or as everybody knows here, the boy who lags. Just kidding. You guys can call me MG Preacher if you want, because you can find me on TikTok, MG Preacher. You can also find me on Instagram at MG Preacher Mark 2. And tonight I will be playing Thorgmir Zeinhorn, a Dwarf Ranger. And of course, my wonderful canine wolf companion, Leonidas.
Oh, yeah. And finally, we have Dylan.
Hey everybody, welcome back to our ongoing chaos. It's your boy Sixes. You can find me at Roll Sixes both on Twitter, Instagram, and on Twitch TV. Today I'll be playing your favorite gunslinger, Why I Tell You What, Luckbringer the Second, and looking at shooting some bad guys hopefully. So let's go.
So, where we left off, you were all on your way to Austin, Texas, where there is a strange magical energy reading. Routine job for the Academy, just to see what is going on. There hasn't been any crazy happenings on missions like this. They mentioned a Beholder incident a while back, but nothing recent. As you're flying, I did mention that XC, who is your pilot tonight, mentioned that as you're going over the Death Valley area, things might get a little rough. To explain what you're feeling is, there's definitely a lot of turbulence as you're getting over that area. You all also feel this sense of overwhelming necrotic energy. There's just... It's Death Valley. It just feels like death. Dagny, this doesn't faze you at all. In fact, that's all you hear as you're flying is Dagny laughing.
I actually thought... I didn't know Death Valley would feel like this. I always thought that there would be Mongolian death worms in it.
Oh, there might. Oh, there might.
Are you feeling like a weird feeling?
I'll look.
Can I make an Arcana check to see why he's giggling?
I'd say that would be more insight than anything.
I'm willing to roll insight.
Alright.
Okay. Half and half green, half black. Let's get this done. Come on, boy. 23.
So why are you giggling, Dagny?
He's mentioned that his family runs a funeral home, and every time someone died, he got utter amusement out of it. And now he's laughing because of necrotic energy. Do the math. It's not like he's hiding it.
We have to speak later. I want to ask you some questions. I'm actually interested in this subject.
Alright.
What subject would that be?
You'll see.
Alright. So, as soon as you pass over Death Valley, things shake off pretty well. You're back to normal. It was just a weird thing. You've heard rumors about Death Valley where it's pretty much literally Death Valley. Things don't live there. So, a lot of you, yeah, you're feeling this energy, but you know exactly why. It is the world's graveyard at this point.
I am just playing road trip music as we fly to Austin. That's all I'm doing. I'm taking requests that people give them as well.
As soon as we cross the border, like passing Death Valley, you just hear Dagny go,
Who's in control again? Was it?
Liz is still in control, yes, at the current moment.
And you said Liz is taking requests for blaring out on the PA on the helo. Can you start blaring some CCR?
Sure. I don't know what CCR is actually.
I literally just hand.
I'm saying out of character. I don't know what it is.
It's just play one of the, specifically point to a fortunate son.
Okay, now I actually know out of character. Yeah, damn it. As soon as you said fortunate son, I figured out what you're doing.
Alright.
Happily does it.
Oh, sweet. So, yeah, as you're going over, you get to Austin, Texas. The area that you're in Austin is run down. This has definitely been an area that hasn't really been inhabited. Lots of torn down buildings and ruins. It's the part of the city that really they haven't gotten to in terms of rebuilding. It's been in the plans for a while, but this area they just really haven't gotten to for some reason. Exy sets the bird down in front of them, a little bit in front of the main entrance of the library you are set to explore. The library is just a single-story library. It is very wide and large. It used to have a lot of research material. A lot of folks and a lot of scientific, a lot of history, a lot of archaeology. It was a lot of that information that was here.
The rest of the group could see Liz's eyes just sparkle through the goggles at this place.
I will say Liz probably is aware of many of the books that resided here. And I say resided because any of the books and any of the materials that would have survived has been transported out of the library at some point and delivered elsewhere. So a lot of the stuff that you'll find here are going to be scraps, and a lot of them are going to be destroyed beyond comprehension. The place you could still smell the ash and dust from whatever happened here.
You can find lost knowledge.
All right, you're standing at the front of this library.
Dagny's he's gonna cast Mage Armor. The way he casts it is he will take out this piece of cured leather and kind of trace like this arcane sigil with the cured leather, and then in the middle of the arcane signal, which he traces on his chest, and then he taps the middle, and as he taps the middle, he'll say Rushtang, and as he taps, like a very instant shimmer as the Mage Armor takes effect.
Awesome. So you go ahead and cast that. Anything else y'all want to do either before going on, or are you going to walk right in?
I'm going to go ahead and notch an arrow into my bow just to get ready in case something does pop out.
Okay.
I'm doing this for fun. Liz tries to give control to Alex, but Alex is being petty because he's forced to do this, so he's not appearing. He's like, no, I just like the idea. No, I don't want to do this. I'm not doing it.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything, or what are your next steps?
The only thing that Wyatt's going to do is I'm going to be about 5 feet behind the rest of the group, staying back just a little ways, covering our six. And I'll have both of my pistols already drawn. I'm not waiting for something bad to happen to be ready.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
I will be probably in the middle of the group, so I can cover both. I can help the people in the front and behind, depending on what happens with the situation.
Anyone else have anything that they want to do? You haven't even walked inside yet.
Actually, Raspberry will be in the front. Raspberry's going to be absolute big ball, be in the front, and just walk up to the door and just knock.
So as you knock on the door, so you go ahead and knock on the door, and you get knock, and as you take your hand away to do a third knock, the door just falls over.
I'm going to act like I totally meant to do that. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to turn around and flex. Yeah, see this? See this? No, I completely fell over. That scared the shit out of me. Are y'all ready?
You have death glares from Liz right now from doing this.
That's not. What do I see inside of it though? I do have one of my invocations here. Mm-hmm. So I can see through magical and non-magical darkness. So it's super dark in here. Do I see anything?
It's not that dark in there. The roof to the place is torn up, so there is enough light shining through the roof that you can really see everything around without too much trouble at all. There are obviously some darker corners and such from where shelves have toppled over or pieces of the walls have collapsed, but nothing really. You can see everything there. You notice that a lot of the shelves are bare. There's a lot of, I'll say that, there's a lot of ash, a lot of it. There was definitely a huge fire here. You could still smell it. In the back, there is where there were 2 staircases that went up to a second level kind of balcony area. Those stairs are completely destroyed. So if you want to get up there, you would have to grab a bunch of like boxes and random stuff to build yourself a staircase to get up there, but it's really unsteady and does not look safe at all. And I will say, yeah, so that's what you for now.
I'm gonna say this. Can I roll perception? Because Liz is just looking for anything that may have survived the fire that someone may have forgotten. Even if it is most likely damaged or destroyed.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception. And actually, if anyone's just going to be doing any searching around there, you can also roll... Actually, don't do perception, do investigation. And anyone who wants to do any sort of searching around can also do investigation.
Oh my god. Nat 20!
All right. Anyone else?
Liz is becoming the Indiana Jones in this place. Apparently.
DM.
I was going to, but I think that natural 20 should be good.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
15
got
here.
18. 18.
DM.
What's up, Dagny?
I'm sorry. Did I cut somebody off? I was just gonna say I'm not really looking. I just want to post myself. So if something was to happen, I could get a sneak attack on him.
Sure. Actually, yeah. Go ahead and roll your stealth to essentially just hide behind something and stay out of sight. Dagny, you had something?
Yeah, all right, so first Dagny is going to walk in. Other than the collapsed staircases, are there like any rubble piles or any support pillars or beams that lead up to the second floor?
There's a few support pillars that are underneath the balcony holding it up, not really close enough to where you can climb. There's some piles of rubble that if you get enough of a good jump off, you might be able to reach the balcony.
Let me clarify my question. Is there anything that my Weasel would be able to like scamper up and on and like up to the second floor?
Yeah. There's actually you notice near the very back, right where there is what used to be a reception desk, they have those kind of like bank tubes that go up to the second floor to help transport things up and down. It would be big enough for Weisel to actually get into.
Perfect. Then Dagny is going to move closer, and then he's going to telepathically tell Weisel, Achtung, schnell. And Weisel's going to go and like up and into the tube and up the tube. And then when he gets up to the second floor, I'll wait so you can finish with all the people that did the investigation checks here. But when Weisel gets to the second floor, I would like to have Dagny focus and using because Weisel is a familiar, to be able to look through Weisel's eyes and, in essence, look, hear, and smell whatever Weisel is looking, hearing, and smelling up there.
Sure. And Wyatt, did you want to do anything while everyone's looking around in here?
Like I said, Wyatt's not looking for treasure, or he's just protecting the group. He's like more keeping an eye on for trouble, right? He shifts between looking behind them, looking ahead, just because everybody else seems like they're pretty focused on what's to be found, and he's more concerned about what's going to find them.
Sounds good. You rolled a what?
25.
25? Alright, so Thorgnir, you find a pile of rubble that has a pretty decent alcove that you can hide within. Still gives you enough visibility around the area to where you can get a good view of the area. There might be a couple columns here and there that might be blocking your view, but it's actually a pretty good vantage point. For everyone else who rolled below a 20 for investigation, you don't really find too much of note. You'll see like pieces of covers of books that you might recognize, whether from your studies, definitely scientific journals, dictionaries, that kind of stuff. As you're looking around, you do see you do also find a few posters that are around for different advertisements. It looks like just a few years ago, there was a school science fair that was held there. So a lot of the local school kids were coming in. There is I forgot the name that we gave her, but there is another poster for the pretty pop star that you saw on the school store's door. And actually below it, it looked like there was a kind of stand where a few of her CDs were there, which is odd for a scientific library.
What?
So
I have a scientific library near me. It's not that odd.
Melanie, that was her name. But there were just some really cool little artifacts. Nothing really too valuable or special. If you wanted to collect some of this stuff just as a souvenir, it's not going to have any value to it, but you're able to. Yep.
With the CDs, were there any like leftover computers, tablets, blah blah blah, notice lying around that Edgar could possibly do cast data read on to see if he can figure out anything, or just listen to some tunes from the music?
Yeah. You do find back at the reception desk that I mentioned earlier where that tube was, there is a computer there. It definitely looks like it's seen better days, but you may be able to, there might be something on it.
Cool. I'll go ahead and cast data read and see what we can find. So
I want to know what I found, but I want everyone else to do their thing first.
I am getting you to you last.
I know that. I can't believe I got a crit.
We'll get there. All right. So you cast data read on the computer, and as you're seeing the code and seeing the data appear before your eyes, you see there are obvious things such as book IBN numbers, catalogs of everything that's there. You see that there were a few things that were taken out. You notice the last login was about 2 years ago, and the last few things that were actually taken out were a few, actually surprisingly just in succession, a lot of books about the Great Dragons around. Specifically about this rumored dragon called Gyrith. There's a lot of stories about a lot of the different dragons that are around. A lot of them are myth. But it's odd because it seems like this specific dragon, every single book that was at this library that pertained to this specific dragon were taken out before whatever happened here. You also see in there a section for security where they had all their security camera footage, and all of that stuff has actually been wiped. It was actually, you could see traces of it uploaded to Infin's data center. If you don't recall, Infin is the giant mega corporation that owned the stadium. It owns a lot of the different companies. Think if Google, Amazon, and Facebook had a love child. It's the company that mostly everything is running off of.
I was just gonna think of it as the company that destroyed the world in WALL-E.
Yes, except that they didn't destroy the world.
Not yet.
But they're a very well-known company. You recognize the name right away, especially with your skills and your curiosities. But they were what supplied the security for this library.
Cool. So I'll turns and looks at everybody and kind of shares what he just ingested. Mentions Gareth. Did I say that right? Gareth?
Gyrith.
I wrote it down wrong, but anyway.
All good.
Mention that saying I think we may be on to this. May be some kind of trail that we're on here, but maybe somebody's. If this has been 2 years ago, something to keep in mind, guys, as we're going through here. So.
Can I roll a history check?
Sure.
This is the history teacher part. It's okay. You got to. Dice! No! Stop being good!
Another natural 20.
Yes!
All right, you know everything about Gareth. Give me 1 second to pull up the biography of. This will be quick. Gareth is an ancient red dragon who those who follow him call him the rightful dominator of the 9 worlds. He is pretty much a warlord type, very egotistical, very full of himself.
Liz is saying this out loud as she's still hunting to the rest of the group.
So it's interesting because he is a very powerful dragon in lore. However, his ego can tend to get the best of him.
Like all great supervillains.
Yeah. For what you found, Liz.
Oh God.
As you're looking through everything and looking around, you're looking at what's left in terms of books and papers. You look up and you see a lot of the banners that were hanging on the walls. They're torn up, burnt, all sorts of stuff. They are just not really of any true significance besides just decoration. As you're looking at the banners, you notice one that is in the far right corner that is surprisingly untouched. It looks like, regardless of what happened here, it just somehow completely missed this banner. Not a thread broken on it, not a single scorch mark. And as you're looking at the banner, you see the wall behind it, and you almost see a kind of red paint in a semicircle above it that looks very crude. Someone actually painted it there.
Mr. Gunslinger, can I borrow your help for a second?
No problem. What can I help you with?
I would like you not to damage the banner if possible, but I'd like you to shoot it down.
Wyatt will blink a few times.
It's look at it. It's the only thing undamaged here. I want to study it.
Wyatt will put away his offhand gun and pull out his tack light, and Riku, he's gonna examine what is holding the banner up.
So the banner sitting on, there is a pole with 2 hooks with the banner draped over it. Kind of pretty standard. It looks like it's just sitting up there. It's not really too attached to the wall. As you're using your flashlight to look at it, you do notice that the banner is very thin. Almost like your light is going straight through the banner. And what you see as you're flashing your light, pieces of the wall, and then just black. But yeah, that's what.
That makes the wall that makes this more interesting.
So it looks like it's a Shawshank Redemption style there.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying we're taking it. I know. Do you not notice the red thing? I notice it. I want to get a better look at it, but I don't want to get closer. That's why I'm asking you to shoot it down.
Do I think I can shoot it down, Chris? Or Riku?
Yeah, it's pretty easy. It's close, and it's far enough away to where you're not going to get disadvantage, but it's close enough to where it's an easy shot. You could do this shot in your sleep.
Sure, I rolled a 17 on the dice. That would be 25 to hit it, whatever I've got to hit to shoot it.
Okay, so you shoot at it, and one of the hooks breaks off, and the banner just swings and falls to the ground, revealing a dark hallway with a staircase leading downwards.
I am collecting the banner.
Above.
So that's what Wyatt meant by the Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
Right, because it's in Shawshank Redemption, he puts his finger through the poster, and that's where they find the cave, like the hole.
Yeah, but for the red paint, is it above the hallway?
The paint is above the hallway, like above the entrance. The paint, now that you have a better look of it, It appears to be a G with a line going through, and then the end of the G kind of does a zigzag line through it.
Do you think this is supposed to be that dragon's cult? Did you not just... Did you not hear the whole... me talking about Grixis? Gyrith! Gyrith! Curse your Magic the Gathering!
I apologize, Liz. You were talking a mighty lot, and I was trying to pay attention to actual problems that might be popping up until you wanted me to showing off my trick shoot.
Yeah.
Okay. I was talking about one of the creator gods who's basically a warlord and wants to take over the place, but like your average Saturday villain gets beaten because of his own ego.
DM, I have a question.
Sure.
Not to step on toes here, but when Ramon made his investigation roll, he was just trying to see if he can spot anyone other than us that has maybe recently disturbed the place.
Could you actually also roll survival?
Oh no. Alright, here we go. Survival. Okay. Alright, that's not bad. 18 total.
You do notice some footprints within the ash. They're very light, to the point where, honestly, the wind, as it blows through the roof, pushes things around a bit. But you do notice a set of footprints that are fairly fresh, that do lead up to that opening.
So I motion over. Wyatt, I think we're not alone, as I point out the footprints leading to that.
Wyatt is like, everybody wants to talk to me. Yeah, I think you're right. Apparently there might be a dragon.
No. I don't think there's going to be an actual dragon here. I think it's more his servants are going to be here.
Okay. I put my flashlight away. Riku, draw my other gun again, and I look over. I look over to my friend Ramon, and I'm like, by all means, lead the way.
So at this point,
I'm stealth, so I'm like nowhere.
you're just hiding in the corner.
I'm just sitting there after listening to CCR. I'm just like, they're in the trees.
So at this
This hallway is like dark, right?
Dark. You could see some light. There is definitely, down at the bottom of the staircase, there are light sources. Dim, but there are light sources.
Because I was gonna say where, thankfully, I have dark vision. I would volunteer to go first if everybody's okay with that. I would like to go first.
So, if we're gonna go in there, I have a crazy idea, but I want to run it by everyone first. As Ramon tones to Thormir, how comfortable are you if we send Leonidas in front to scout out real quick before we head into that hallway?
I just turn and I'll look at Leonidas, and I speak to him in animal speak, and he just looks over at that hallway. Just as he growls, he kind of hunches his shoulders. And so I turn and look back over at you, Ramon. He says, "I'm ready for anything, big man. Let me at him."
I want to put it out there, Mikey and Chris, if something happens to the stock, I will never forgive either one of you.
Listen, I just try to have information.
I understand the tactical advantage of doing it, but I will still never forgive either one of you.
So, okay. So, with that being said, then, I have an idea. We send Leonidas first, and I actually have a way to be able to, and this is not in character, but out of character. Like how Adolfo has his familiar, I'm able to do something similar, if that is okay. In the sense that, because I'm a Path of the Totem Barbarian, I have beast sense.
Why don't we just use the familiar?
Wait, Stagny, by the way, guys.
So Dagny's towards the back, standing by these tubes, right? He's totally like just standing there. His hands are behind his back. His feet are like in a V, and he's got his smile on his face. But if you can see his eyes behind his glasses, his eyes have actually rolled into the back of his head, and they're white right now because he's literally now using Vaisel's eyes and ears. to perceive everything. Does Weissel see anything on the second floor of note?
He's scrounging around. He has a few. He knows what you like, so he does find a couple just random scraps of paper with like anatomy and information, random things like that. Nothing really too special. He does get distracted for a little bit because it does look like there was beef jerky up there, which when you look, as you're looking through his eyes and you see the beef jerky's fresher than you'd expect.
No man.
I am going to telepathically tell Weissel to return, and when he returns to grab a piece of that beef jerky in his mouth. So Weissel will come down the tube, and Dagny's right next to the tube, so Weissel just kind of like hops on his shoulder and is all just and Dagny holds his hand out and his eyes roll back to normal, and Weissel drops the beef jerky in his hand, and Dagny will announce, "My friends, it appears that someone has been eating beef jerky up on the second floor, yeah."
Is this when he notices the whole secret tunnel?
That's even more. That's even more proof that we're not alone. As Ramon takes Dagny's, like, points Dagny to the footprints leading into the hole.
So Dagny does this whole thing where he kind of like leans to one side, and he like follows Ramon's finger to the footprints, and the hole's like, "Oh, a hole."
Oh no.
When Weissel pops his head out of that tube, it makes a boom sound.
Oh, totally.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Here, I can literally hear right now the little.
The entire time, Ratsme is currently trying to build a very unsteady way to get to the second floor.
chairs.
Rash me, we don't have to go up there.
Ah, shit! And he just falls.
Damn.
Leonidas watches you like, "You okay, dude?"
Yeah, I'm good. I'm completely all right. What's going on?
We found a secret tunnel.
I almost wanted to scream secret tunnel, but I held myself back.
Dagny
Yeah.
will walk over to the secret tunnel, and again, telepathically, he'll tell Weissel, Schnell. Weissel will hop off of Dagny's shoulder onto the floor, and he'll proceed down the stairs. He's only going to go like 60 feet.
60 feet? Alright. Let me check.
I was gonna say, if you want, since Mikey was planning on sending Leonidas in there, Weissel can ride on Leonidas if he wanted to.
Cute.
Like the best.
Basically, Leonidas is the ride he can see forward. Weasel's just the guy on the mobile artillery just looking around.
Yeah.
He's like the turret gunner on a B-24 or something. He can look 360 degrees.
All right. So what does our good old friend find?
So he gets down there. As he gets to the bottom of the stair, it's a little bit of a smaller room. It looks actually like almost like a security checkpoint. There's like a window on the wall where security would stand there. It looks barren. It looks old. There is a fluorescent light hanging from the ceiling, which is the light that you see from the bottom of the stairs. He will continue to go into the hallway that's behind the security checkpoint, going around the hallway, and stops at an area that there's a table with a lot of tools on it. From the perspective you currently have from the floor, you can't really see what kind of tools, but you do see like metal pieces on the edge of the table, stains on the ground of various different colors. If Dagny, you said you could also smell through him, right? As your weasel gets closer to the stains, you could smell death.
Cue German giggling.
This is blood and bodily fluids of some sort.
She can also hear.
So, as he progresses through the room, at about the 60 feet, he gets to a wall, to a door. And against the door, you can hear a little bit of murmuring and a bunch of just bits of metal kind of hitting the walls and the floors. It sounds almost like sometimes it's like someone getting ordered and a couple people in there arguing. Just a mix of those. You can't really make out exactly what's being said, but that's what you hear on the other side of the wall. The door is solid, so there's not much further that the weasel can go.
Okay, so this is how Dagny is going to present this to the group.
Okay.
Yeah, we are going down the stairs and down the stairs. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so bottom of stairs, security room. Yeah, yeah. Und security desk. 9 Weisel. 9. Yeah. Very good, yeah. So we are going behind the desk. Oh, und there is a hallway behind the desk, okay. Yeah, Weisel. No, 9 Weisel, you cannot come back for the beef jerky. 9. That will be later. Continue forward, please. Yeah. Oh. He has come to a room at the end of this hallway that is behind the security desk. There's a table, and on that table there are tools. I can't see. Wait. Weisel, focus. Other side of room, there appears to be metal door. Weisel is moving. Yeah, Weisel, go. Yeah. It sounds as if someone is behind the door. It sounds as if digging, perhaps. Yeah, Weisel, return. Yeah, you may come and get the beef jerky. Yeah.
So, it looks like we have to go down there. I don't like this at all.
So Weisel, scampers back up the stairs and back up onto Dagny's shoulder, and his eyes come back to regular again, to which Dagny's... It looks as if it is clear, at least until the room at the bottom of the stairs. Yeah. And it sounded like those people were on the other side of a door, and they were digging or banging or some sort of kinky S&M stuff. I could not tell you really, but yeah. So it sounds like it is relatively safe until we get down there. Yeah.
Smash me, you go first.
Radko's gonna start walking down there.
Takes one step, ends up falling down the stairs because he's still.
No, he's sober. He's sober.
Okay. I also want to start heading down the stairs too.
Okay.
I'll be heading down after them.
All right. Is everybody following down?
Are we just guns blazing? Do we just kick the door down, or?
They said there's no one there, so you don't have to go guns blazing.
Kick the door down?
As quiet as possible. It's all right with you, gentlemen.
Hey, well, I'm a lady first off, but I agree.
So if we're gonna go down this thing, we should try to go down this hallway and down these stairs as quietly as possible.
As quiet as a mouse.
Does anyone have Pass Without a Trace?
You're asking the wrong class.
I just meant in general to any of you.
No, but that is a great thing.
If you want to do a group if you want one person to roll stealth for the group, I will allow that.
Who has the highest stealth? It's not me.
I only have a +2.
I've got +5.
I have +6.
Yeah.
I think our best bet is to have you, Thormir, roll for us.
Okay, gods be kind. That would be a 21.
All right. So
You just
y'all make your
fist
way
bump.
down.
Yeah.
Y'all make your way down the stairs, and no one really trips or anything. The only really thing that you hear is their own footsteps against the stone steps, but
Yeah, muffled
nothing
giggle.
really too loud. Yep. And when you make it to the bottom of the stairs, you are at the main area. Give me one moment. If you want to check my stream, you can see where you are.
Oh,
Okay. Time to open up the stream. If
Yeah.
that's gonna start Metal Man. Let's see. I'm trying to. There's the gunslinger. There's.
Yeah, I'll point you all out. I just grabbed random ones until I can make your characters, but we have Alex or Liz over here.
Okay.
Thorgmir, and Leonidas, Edgar, Dagny, Ramon, Rashmi, and Wyatt. Cool. So, y'all are down in this area. What's your next steps?
That'll set me first.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to keep on going first, go ahead.
Okay. I guess I'll start moving y'all up. Who would be behind you? These are small hallways, so it's only like a one person wide.
I think before we get to the door, though, I'm gonna make everybody go like 10 feet back from me.
Okay, you're not near that door yet.
Okay, throw that out there when we get there.
As I said, I'm in the middle of the group, so I could
Somewhere
cast
right here.
spells. Yeah.
Yeah, let me know where to place y'all.
Okay, DM.
Yeah?
Not in the hallway, but I want to be posted beside the hallway. That way I can, if need be, I can just shoot like over or beside whoever's going through in case something was to happen.
Okay.
Like I said,
I'll put you there.
Here.
Okay.
Ramon, I want you on my butt just in case something happens. I need my strong boy.
I was gonna say, I was like, I would probably go up with you.
Yep.
I
So I'll
want to
actually
be.
start moving y'all into the hallway.
Yeah, I want to be with Ramon and Rashmi, and the whole way, I'm going to be explaining to them like, yeah, this is the hallway goes straight, and then it goes to the right, yeah. And once we go to the right, there is another small room, and in that room there is a table, and the lovely smell. But we will not talk about the lovely smell now. But in that room, on the other side of the room, is that metal door where the noises were coming from, yeah.
And then I'll be behind Dagny, because that's the middle.
Yeah, I'll follow behind Alex Liz.
I'm also going to be checking for traps and stuff. So
Yeah.
we can get-
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Wyatt will bring up the rear, protecting his two wizardly.
For trap checking, it's going to be a 17.
No traps. Alright, so we'll continue moving y'all up. Gotta love the dynamic lining for this.
Hey, we know how to put ourselves in this line to be careful.
Yeah. Who wants to go in there first, Wyatt or Thorgmir? Who wants to bring up the true rear? Okay.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna have Leo kind of stick with you, Wyatt, just as some added backup.
I'll continue moving folks up.
And Leonidas is in the back because he can run past all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he a nimble boy.
That could have been bad.
Wow.
Yeah, I
the
just
electricity-
almost
some-
revealed everything.
You're like, I
The
didn't see
electricity
anything.
suddenly come on, then disappeared again.
Suddenly, the sun came on.
Yo, who's casting sunlight in here?
Try turning on a generator.
I cast Shatter on the roof.
Oh, God.
Let's not.
I'm not, but that
Riku, I think once they're in the room, right? Yeah, like I think everybody's like moving, or at least Wyatt is trying to get everybody to hurry up so that we're not
Yep.
like laying.
So I just gotta make sure with the lighting and everything in there that I can see everybody.
Oh, no problem. I'm just letting you know what his strategy is.
I would like to do an arcana check on the tools there, just to
So-
be careful. Don't want anyone touching anything cursed.
All right, go for it. Yeah.
I would like to move up close to the door and see if I can hear what Dagny was talking about.
Okay.
Unnatural 20.
Nothing magical, nothing cursed about any of these tools.
They're
A lot of them are sharp implements used.
I believe if we are looting to take these to sell, or at least as evidence in the future, I'm not going to touch them. The rest of you can.
If nobody wants to touch them, somebody just take a picture with their phone. That way we still have evidence of what we found.
Did they look?
No, nothing magical about them.
Okay. Rasmus's going to check it for traps. Trap, it's a 12.
Nope, not trapped.
Okay, he's just going to put them in his bag.
Okay. You have a bunch of random implements in your bag that are bloodied and rusty, and you don't know what's really on them.
I'm using these and hopefully either give somebody tetanus or AIDS. Let's do this.
Lord. Oh, God. Look, sorry. A bunch of you all were talking at once.
MG.
I was just saying, I want to try to listen I guess that would be. What would that be? Perception?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to. What I want to listen for is, I want to try to hear if I can hear somebody talking, and if possible, listen in on what they're saying.
Okay.
Dagny wants to go to that table of where all the blood splatter and all that is. Totally walk through the wall, and yeah, he wants to look. He wants to look at the table and look if he can figure out what's been done and if there are any body parts left.
Roll an investigation for me.
Nega Craig.
MG, what did you roll for perception?
Total
16. You heard a lot. You also hear a lot of the muffling that Dagny described. Nothing in particular that you can make out, but there are people there. Again, it sounds like there's a few people arguing and a few folks, someone ordering someone around, but you can't make out exactly what they're saying. As you hear the metal that you heard, like, being tossed about, it sounds like they're very small pieces of metal of different types. But that's all you can really make out.
Okay, I'm trying.
Dagny?
11.
So, with an 11, you can tell the mixture of dried fluids on the ground to be a mixture of blood or blood-ish fluid from various different types of creatures. You see some of it is also like puke. It's pretty gross. I'm going to say that you do. There's not really any. Surprisingly, all of those fluids are there, but there really aren't any body parts except for one finger that you find.
Well, that one finger is going in my bag.
You have a ring finger.
Thank you.
It does not have a ring on it.
I would like to go behind Preacher. Some of the voices are in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep hearing voices and sounds like someone arguing, but I can't really make out what they're saying.
Once we go in there, I'll give you cover.
I would like to check this door for any traps.
Go for it.
What would that be? Perception as well?
Yes, I believe so. Or investigation. Say again?
Perception or investigation?
I'd actually say perception is fine for this.
Okay.
What'd you get?
Nat 20 plus a 2, so a total of 22.
Not only is the door not trapped, it's unlocked.
Guys, you're not gonna believe this, but this door is also unlocked.
So these people are Saturday morning villains? They're very incompetent, you're saying?
Apparently. So, whenever you guys are done over there, let me know, and we'll start making our way in here.
Just for when we go in there, I'm going to get ready to cast Bane if we see anyone.
Anyone want to do anything else, or do you want to form up?
As they're forming up, before I open the door, I would like to stealth, if at all possible.
I will have you roll stealth when you open the door if you want to try to like sneak in there or anything. So we'll wait on that for when you open the door.
I just want to try to be all sneaky breaky like.
I can just stand at the door and act like I'm a used car salesman. I'm gonna pull out a piece of paper out of my bag that, like, it's part of my background of charlatan. I'm really good at forging documents, and it makes it look like I'm an official used car salesman.
That is a terrible idea.
I think it'll work fine.
No, it won't.
Hey, Rashmi, just real quick, can you send me your background? I think I want to make an edit to that. Oh, it's a charlatan? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's why I'm the totally not real but real doctor.
I will send you something later of what I'm going to give you for that. Anyway, so do you want to get into any sort of formation? Is there anything else you want to look for in this room?
Is there any, like, secret, like, openings anywhere in this room? Because I'm looking for a pressure plate, something that might open something.
Nope. This is...
Nothing?
Nope. Just looks like a torture room.
So Wyatt's a professional bounty hunter, right? That's his. Most torture rooms are often, they have cameras because the ego of the person doing the torturing has, like, records what they're doing. That's not an uncommon thing. And Wyatt's looking for, like, a pen camera or a hidden camera or something that like where we are being observed from another place, even if it's like a remote feed or something, because he doesn't trust that whoever is doing this torturing is not keeping a log of it somehow, because he doesn't see like a computer, he doesn't see like modern technology being used, which he doesn't trust.
Go ahead and roll investigation for me.
So I want to put it out there, guys. There's a torture room in a fucking library. There's some kinky shit going on here.
This library has been abandoned for 2 years, though.
2 years seems a very short time to turn it to a torture chamber.
Special collections room.
There's enough magic. You could do it in at least a week.
Riku, I have a 17 on the dice, so that makes it a 16, because I have a -1 to my investigation.
So you're looking around the room. Nothing too much seems out of place. You do find a small camera in one of the corners of the room on the floor. It looks like it broke off of the wall. So, yes, it was set up there before, but it's currently not recording anything at all.
Okay. Wyatt will motion towards the camera with his left gun to Edgar, like pointing out the technology to the techno wizard, while still obviously covering to the left and the right. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just point it out to him since that's his
area of expertise. So you said the camera is actually, it's on the ground, not connected, blah, blah, blah.
Correct.
Okay. I want to take the camera, and just in case, I'm going to cast Burglar's Buddy.
Okay.
In case there's something that we missed, maybe.
Okay. Cool.
What does Burglar's Buddy do?
It suppresses all mechanical electronic intrusion alarms and sensors in the area.
That's interesting.
D20 spells.
Fail to function sensors such as motion detectors, IR pressure sensors, electric eyes, and so forth also fail to function, sending no signal to monitoring stations. Video surveillance devices continue to send whatever image they were photographing the moment when the spell was cast. Has a duration of 1 minute in a 400-foot by 15-foot sphere.
That's sick.
That is a...
It's a fun spell.
Yeah.
Edgar, it does stand out to you when Wyatt is doing that Edgar is, that Wyatt is making no sound, hasn't like literally made a sound this entire time he's been standing here, while the rest of the group is like prattling on. The fact that you also haven't really been speaking, right? Like when he made that motion to you, he like caught your eye and then motioned with his gun. Like he didn't say anything, just for the record.
Cool.
Simpatico.
Dagny is going to slide to the... He's going to slide in the corner on the other side. Nope, on the other side of the table.
This one? Or here?
Nope, upper corner. The upper corner by the peaky table.
Oh, like this one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, by the torture rack. Okay, cool.
He's just going to slide in there and just make himself not seen.
All right. Anyone else?
Yeah, I think I'm going to move over to behind, in between the two tables.
Like right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess where was said camera located?
The camera was like right down here at the corner of the table.
Okay, gotcha.
And Riku, the door is this thing down by Thogmir, correct?
Yep. This is the door.
Okay, sounds good. Wyatt will indicate to everyone else that he's ready when they are.
All right.
I've got the spell ready.
All right.
Let's see when the fireworks start. Or if they even start yet.
All right, so I'm going to try to quietly open up.
All right. Go ahead and roll stealth.
12 plus, what was it against 6? So that's 18.
Okay. So you go ahead and you open the door. And as you look into the room, I'm going to put you here so you can see. You see a bunch of jewelry, stacks of cash, lots of just real goodies. And
I'm thinking to myself, as soon as our bounty hunter sees this, he's gonna nut.
So actually, I'll do this because I can do that. So you can basically, there's a light in here too, so you can see everything that's in here. You do see a few folks that are in there rummaging through everything. One up at the next door, like poking at it, trying to figure out. And one other in the back corner just ordering them around and trying to figure out. You hear him just shouting out, "Come on, we don't have all day. We gotta bring this back to boss."
I'm gonna go to the door and wait for a signal to start the fireworks.
All right.
Hey,
Anyone else want to move upward?
I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm gonna
Mhm.
quickly turn back and make eye contact with Wyatt and give a hand gesture to come closer. And when he starts moving closer, I'm just gonna step slightly out of the door and move to the right just a little bit, just enough to where everybody can get through.
Mhm.
And when our gunslinger is ready, that guy in the very corner there on the right, I want to take a shot at him.
Oh, really?
Should I risk it? Should I risk it going in the room?
Shit.
Okay.
Well, at this point,
Uh,
they're aware of our presence.
Well, just so we're clear, Riku, so he motions me forward, and I see him step out from my line of sight because I can't see him anymore.
Yeah.
So when he motions me that direction, I'm staring, like, I see him like out of the corner of my eye, but I'm looking at both the barbarian and at the, I don't know that he's a warlock, but at the warlock, and I'm basically being like, you know what I mean? Are you gonna go, or?
Yeah, Raspberry's gonna sneak his way up to where everybody else is.
He's already, so when that's happening, I'm imagining he's already fired that shot, because that's like a moment that we're, because
He said he was waiting for you.
oh
Yeah,
I thought he said that he's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when, because like I said, I'm trying to get there because they're out of position, right? Like as far as Wyatt's concerned.
Yeah.
So if they look like they're going to start moving, Wyatt's going to wait for them to get up in front of them because that's what we had talked about.
I'm going to stealth in there. I'm gonna try.
You're gonna try to stealth in there? All right, go ahead and roll stealth.
21.
You get in there, that they're still rummaging through all of this.
I'm gonna walk right next to, like, I'm gonna take the space next to Preacher, yeah.
Right here? Okay.
Okay, I need to know this. How many of them are within 30 feet of me?
Let's see.
Almost none of them.
This one.
Well,
Oh, that's... Wait, hold on a second. Only this one right here.
it's not worth it. I could cast Shatter in here.
Should I just like stroll into the room and like be nonchalant and see what happens?
Up
Might as
to
well.
you.
I thought that I'm just waiting for the two of you because that's.
Yeah, Raspberry's just gonna walk into the room whistling.
I'm just gonna hold the action of this. Before this happens, I'm holding the action for Vicious Mockery.
You walk right in. This one turns around and spots the three of you. Like, what are y'all doing here?
Is this not where the bathroom is?
When they start, when I realize that my warlock friend has now whistled while he worked his way in, I'm not waiting any longer. So let me know when it's time to roll initiative.
Same here.
Can
Fuck
maybe
it.
take a
Here we
shot.
go.
Let's move on up as well.
So I was trying to find the bathroom and I got lost. That's a lot of money. I apologize. Am I messing with something here? What's going on?
Whoa. Dagny's
Yeah.
not. No,
Oh, Dicey's not moving?
he's just.
Okay. So they're all have their eyes on you and they're like,
Okay.
Raspberry has the hands in the back of his head, kind of like Naruto style. It's like, yeah, I'm just trying to find a place to take a leak.
he looks at y'all and it's just looks like y'all fell for the same scam we did.
Scam?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, as this one starts moving closer, he kind of kicks the money that's like at his feet. It's like, it's all fake. Whoever made this place has the good shit all inside. They put this stuff here to make sure that we grab the fake shit and get out of here, thinking that we made off with a boatload of cash. And yet, nothing. So we're just trying to get inside and get the good stuff. So, why don't y'all just run along and let the professionals have at it?
I would like to roll a persuasion check. I'm gonna.
Oh, okay.
Just as professional as you guys are, I mean, why don't we
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
DM,
That's-
can I tell?
1 second. Go ahead.
That's a 24, boys. We're all here. Let's just work together. No one needs to fight or die. It would be such a shame for you all to lose your lives.
So much.
We don't want to.
Oh my god, you went for.
We don't wanna-
persuasion.
Usually when someone says leave it to the professionals, they usually always incur violence and try to kill each other. To be
Yeah,
fair.
but if you tell
Do
them
these
that
guys
we're
appear
going to
armed?
kill the- Yeah, I was gonna say
Yes.
that was my next question.
Oh yeah, they're armed. You notice that they all have like leather jackets on that simply just say the company on the back. So yeah, listen, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but the company works alone. So skedaddle, it's ours.
I was gonna say, DM, can you tell me like what
Oh.
race these people are? Like, are they humans?
They're all humanoid. They're mostly human, but there's actually no, they're all human. So the captain guy gets out of this. Here's the deal. I didn't want to kill you. But if you ain't gonna leave, then we're gonna have a problem.
We're just here doing our own thing, and we have to go the same way. So why?
So
You're the one who doesn't want to work with us, so
You
Oh,
how's this our
are looking
problem?
to go our way. Yes?
I'm walking in the room and I'm going to shoot the captain in the head.
listen,
Oh,
I was
no.
gonna say Ramon just walks into the room with his like glaive in hand and is like, "All right, fuck this. Talking ain't
That's
gonna do
fine.
anything." Let's just fight."
Rashmi is though during this conversation. We'll start walking towards the center of the room.
Okay. Okay, let's see. We're gonna say you're like right by the big pile in the middle. Edgar, what are you doing? You're still inside the other room?
Yeah, I'm going to come inside the door at least,
Okay.
so I can at
Okay,
least see where everything's at and what's going on. So
I believe all our held actions go off now.
They haven't attacked you yet.
No, our gunslinger just comes in and starts blasting.
So,
Well, anyway,
so to be
that's-
clear,
Yeah.
what the way that all played out was I didn't want to kill you, but now basically I have to kill you. And why it's no, in his head, that's not how this works. There's way too much talking in this, and the way that's not how you fight. You don't fight by talking, you fight by shooting guns. So like,
Alright.
because he's
Babe.
blah blah, and I'm like bang. That's
Tried to be sneaky, but
Um,
no.
Basically, he did not agree to peacefully talk this out, so the gunslinger shot him in the head.
Go ahead and roll your attack. Why?
sure.
Yeah,
I
I got-
will,
DM, what did you say is written on the backs of their jackets? What was it?
The company.
I want to do something too, since our gunslinger's just walking in and just capping someone.
So
Yeah,
that's a 13.
One at a time, you guys.
Yeah.
So you called for my attack, so that's why I'm trying to.
Yep,
So I have a 13 on the dice.
Yep.
So a 21 to hit.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
I'd like to declare. So he hasn't acted, so this is an automatic critical hit, as I am a gunslinger.
Go ahead and
This man's dead.
16. So if I'm understanding that is 25 damage.
so you just come waltzing in there and fire off a shot at this captain, and you don't actually get him in the head, but you nail him right in the shoulder. And he grabs his shoulder and looks up at you. It's like, oh, it's go time.
I cast vicious mockery on him.
Stop. We will get to this fight next time. We are out of time. I've been trying to get. You guys were going so good, but since we're at the start of the fight, I gotta call it here. I'm very sorry.
that's just
We're gonna
mean.
pick it up at this fight, at that shot. So with that said, thank you all so much for joining us. Sorry to cut it off right there because this is getting good. But we will catch you all
next time, baby. Next.
We'll catch you all next time. We'll see who the fuck is the company. Why are they here? And why are they so... I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. Anyway, we'll see you all
they choose
next
the
time.
option of peace?
Hey, they wanted to act peace. You're the one that shot at them.
Hey, to be honest, I was about to subtle cast charm first and see if I gave him the talk, but shooting him in the face works too.
No, to be fair, I was like, we're trying to solve this peacefully. Like, we're both not leaving. Why don't we just work together? He's no.
All right. We'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye.
Later.